And did I become a monster for bailing on friends because of one dog? When did I become a meanie for bailing on friends because of one hairy beast? I recently met up with some friends, and a group of us decided to grab lunch at a newer restaurant that had caught our attention. It was one of those places that looked intriguing, so we wanted to give it a try. One of my friends was running a bit behind schedule and ended up arriving last, however. She had her furry companion accompany her. For some context, I have past trauma related to dogs and being bitten as a child, which still causes me significant anxiety and fear around dogs, even smaller ones. When I learned that my friend was an animal lover who owned 2 dogs, we made sure to plan our get-togethers in such a way that I would be kept away from them whenever possible. I have always been grateful for her efforts to respect my boundaries and prioritize my comfort, but alas, on this particular day, she showed up with an enormous canine companion. I won't go into the breed details as I'm not knowledgeable enough, and the moment I saw it, I felt incredibly uneasy. We had managed to secure a table outside the restaurant, which meant that the hairy beast would be right next to us for the duration of our meal. This prospect genuinely made me panic. One of my friends noticed that I was visibly on edge and asked if everything was all right. I apologized and explained that I needed to leave, and he quickly realized the connection between my distress and the four-legged friend. He reassured me that it was completely fine and that he understood. I bid everyone farewell and departed. At that point, I hadn't even placed an order. Upon parting ways, everyone seemed fairly nonchalant about the situation. However, later on, I received a text from my friend, the dog's owner, who expressed disappointment that I had abandoned them merely because she'd brought her pet along. She stated that I overreacted, and that, in any case, the dog is well-trained and well-mannered. Therefore, it was unlikely that its presence would even register after a short while. Her message also suggested that my reaction appeared to be overly dramatic and disrespectful. Now, I'm unsure whether or not I should have tried to tolerate the situation and simply forget the hairy beast's existence. I don't know. I thought bailing on them was the right decision, but now I worry that I may have inadvertently offended her in some way. Am I being a monster for doing so?